Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Polestar Driver, the channel where I track what it is like owning a Polestar 2, which is a relatively new brand. Before we get started, I'd like to say a huge thank you to all our subscribers on this channel. Thank you very much for your support. It's much appreciated. And while you're watching this video, if you like it, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and click on the subscribe button to be notified of any future episodes that are released. So before we get on to the speed sound information, let me just recap quickly on my outstanding issues. So the first one I had on the previous one was a missing jack, which was supplied at the time that the recall work was done. However, as you can see from these photos, I'm not sure if either I'm putting the jack in the wrong place or if it's the wrong jack, because it definitely doesn't fit securely into this location that I'm showing in the pictures, and if I left it there while I was driving, it would definitely rattle around, and that's not good. So either it is the incorrect jack for my car, or I'm thinking that the jack should go in the wrong place. Let me know in the comments below what you think. I still have the following issues logged with Polestar, and the car's been booked in at the beginning of January to have a look at some or all of these items. As I've had some time on my hands lately due to Christmas holidays, I've been digging deeper into the speed sign information system and tried to work out exactly what is going on here. So let's take a look at a bit more detail. So I sat down and thought about how am I going to test this and come up with some kind of theory on what is happening. So as far as I'm aware, the speed sign information is made up of two parts. One is what the camera detects while you're driving around, so it looks at the road signs on the side of the road, and the second one is the GPS data that comes via the maps. And in the Polestar 2, the map is Google Maps, which has pretty good speed information included already. So step one is to check that the camera is detecting the correct speed signs. So I went back into my previously recorded videos, and I found this of a trip on the M25 where you can see the variable speed limit is in force, and when the variable speed limit is in force, the speed signs are shown above each lane on the M25, as you can see above. Now, as we roll through this video, you will see that at each gantry, the speed limit is displayed correctly in the dashboard. So here we're in a 60 zone, and I think the camera detects a speed limit and then it keeps that for X number of seconds, and if it doesn't get a confirmation of that speed limit, then it will go back to the map data or the map speed limit. But here you can see these are all 60s, and then the car constantly shows the correct speed of 60, and then down here it changes to 50, and you can see as we went under the gantry, the speed limit changed to 50, and it maintained the correct speed limit of 50 all the way along. Every time there was a gantry with 50 on, it was showing the correct speed limit the whole way. So this proved to me that the camera is working as expected, and it is overriding any map data that it might have in the background, which would be 70. For those of you who are not living in the UK and not aware of how speed signs work, as you can see here, it's a standard sign. I think the similar signs are used across the whole of Europe, but pretty standard signs. However, in the UK we have this one additional sign, which is a white circle with a black stripe through the middle, which you can see here just above the 50. And in the UK, this is the national speed limit sign. Now, let's take a quick look at what the national speed limit sign means in the UK. So I've browsed here to Wikipedia to pick up this information, and if you scroll down slightly, you will see here that cars and motorcycles, right? So here you can clearly see in built-up areas, a national speed limit means 30 miles per hour. On a single carriageway, it means 60 miles per hour. On a dual carriageway, it means 70 miles per hour. And on a motorway, it also means 70 miles per hour. So for this one sign that we have, it can mean 4 different speed limits. So my theory is that this national speed limit sign, whenever it's detected by the car through the camera, it has been programmed to show the incorrect speed. Only one of the possible 4 speeds that it could show, depending on what type of road you were on. So as always, I got the camera out and did some recordings, and here you can see us traveling down the A27, about to take the off-ramp onto the A23 towards London and Gatwick. And you can see that the speed limit is showing as 70, but there on the right hand side you can see the national speed limit sign, and as soon as we go past that, the speed in the car goes back to 60, which is the national speed limit for a single carriageway. Now here we see the national speed limit sign again, and we're on the exit ramp and on ramp for the motorway. So the speed on this little on ramp, off ramp, on ramp section is incorrect anyway, but don't worry about that for now. So here we're coming up to join the A23 going towards London. It's a 3-lane motorway, and you can see the car's showing 70, which is correct, and my guesstimation is that this 70 is coming from the map data, because there are no 70 signs anywhere around. So over there it changes to 60. I wasn't able to spot any sign that caused it to change. It just changed by itself, but quickly went back to 70 again. So I just let this video roll, and you can see whenever it changes to 60, I stop the video. There again it changed to 60 and then quickly back to 70, even though there was no national speed limit sign that I could see. But now if you have a look from now on, so it's showing 60 at the moment, and now it goes back to 70, which is the correct speed for this road. And here you see on the left hand side the national speed limit sign. As we go past it, back to 60, and that doesn't last long, and then it goes back to 70. So it stays on 60 until, if it gets another sign that confirms the speed that it was. Otherwise it changes back to the map data. So here it's just changed back to 70. Then you see on the right hand side another national speed limit, and it goes back to 60 again, which is incorrect. So if we roll this a little further on, it stays at 60 and then changes back to 70, which is correct. So I presume it's me reading the map data again at this point. Then we come up to another national speed limit sign on the right hand side, and you see immediately we go past it, it changes back to 60. So this tells me that the camera is seeing the national speed limit signs and assuming that the speed is 60, whereas on this road, dual carriageway, should be 70. And if I think about all the times that I've looked into this issue over the last few months, this is probably the most likely cause. Here you see we go past national speed limit sign, but it doesn't change to 60 for some reason, and I'm not sure whether that's to do with the yellow part around the sign. So as I said previously, this is just my theory on why the sign information is so poor, especially on motorways, and constantly changing between 60 and 70. Even though I've logged this issue with Polestar, they haven't given me any information or indication that they know about this issue or are working on it. And every time I create one of these videos, I send them the link to help them determine what is going on and how to fix it. Whether they watch them, I don't know, but I hope they are. After spending a lot of time trying to work out exactly why this is happening, I think this is the most probable theory on why this is. I mean, one speed sign that has 4 different possible speed limits, and my guess is that the software hasn't been programmed correctly, in that when it sees that sign, then it should determine whether it's a single lane, a double lane, or a motorway, to say what the correct speed limit should be. When I did have the Volvo XC90, that car was much better at detecting the correct speed of 70 along the same stretch of road. So the information must be there somewhere within the company, and they should be easily able to look it up and resolve this for Polestar via a software update. That's all we have for this video. Thanks very much for watching, and please take a moment to give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe, and click on the notification bell so that you're advised when there's new videos available, and leave us your comments. We're always keen to see what other people are experiencing with their Polestar 2 car. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you again soon.